the deadliest disease in human history. 96 countries are affected. 2.2 billion people are at risk of an infection. 229 million people suffer from it every year. Over 1,000 people die from it every single day. Malaria.
A startup from Mannheim, Germany created a solution. Mouffons, a body lotion that revolutionizes the fight against malaria. A business with a sales growth of 230% within the first 3 months in the market. Mouffons, an innovation that is not only life-changing, but life-saving. This is their story.
Mouffons' journey started 4 years ago, in 2017. Our initial motivation was to understand why every year over 400,000 people die from malaria.
The most affected areas are in sub-Saharan Africa.
That's where 90% of all cases occur. Each infection starts with just one small mosquito bite that has dramatic consequences on people's lives. Malaria mosquitoes are only active from sunset till sunrise. At night, most people use mosquito nets to protect themselves. In the remaining time, mosquito repellents are the best method for protection.
Mosquito repellents have not solved this problem, and in our needs assessment we found 3 main reasons why this is the case. So first of all, mosquito repellents require a habit change in order to be integrated into the people's daily lives. And since most people are not really aware of the dangers of malaria, they're just simply not willing to take this hurdle. And now the second reason is that in the rural areas, mosquito repellents are not even accessible to the population. And thirdly, they are just too expensive for most people to afford. And now these 3 reasons explain why even in high-risk areas, like Togo for example, only 11% of the population use mosquito repellents.
To solve the first problem, the habit change, we needed to understand the people's routines first. So what we did is we put the target group in the center of our product development and we went to Togo ourselves. We talked to the people and we brainstormed on different ideas. At first, it was really challenging for us to find a product that was already integrated into the people's lives and at the same time can be turned into a mosquito repellent. So our first idea was to create an anti-malaria soap. After almost a year of testing, however, it still wasn't effective enough. So eventually we had to give up on this idea. But our mission was clear, and so we searched for another solution. And after a while, we found an interesting detail. 76% of the locals use a body lotion on a daily basis. Most of them right after their shower in the early evening. And that's when our idea was born. A body lotion that provides a safe protection from mosquitoes without requiring a habit change.
To turn this idea into a product, there were 2 key requirements: effective protection against the mosquitoes during the entire period from sunset to bedtime, and the provision of good skincare to seamlessly replace ordinary lotions.
So for the skincare we use multiple organic oils that moisturize the skin. And now for the repellent feature, we work together with the renowned Tropical Institute of the University of Heidelberg here in Germany.
They selected a whole series of known mosquito repellents and tested those as well in different formulas and made a little so-called screen.
Some active ingredients worked better than others and we had many bites after all, but it was all worth it because at the end we found the most effective active ingredient for Mouffons. It's icaridine.
Icaridine works like a protective shield against mosquitoes. Once applied on the skin, it emits scents that repel the insects. To us humans, however, it is barely noticeable.
To make our lotion an everyday product, we needed to dose the icaridine precisely. So again, we tested a lot, and after a while, we found the optimum amount. So we took our lotion and went to Biochance in Regensburg, Germany, which is a research institute that specializes in mosquitoes and repellents. and there we certified our lotion under the highest scientific standards. The certification then verified a protection of 3.5 hours. So now that's perfect to cover the full time between sunset and bedtime. And our lotion was ready to be tested on site.
In fall of 2020, Moufons came to Togo, not only to test the lotion under the local conditions, but also to receive first customer feedback. 70 locals tested the lotions and evaluated their experience. 9 out of 10 people rated the repellent function of the lotion as very good.
À la soirée, les moustiquaires peuvent me piquer, donc j'utilise Moufons, qui est très bon, une bonne remède contre le paludisme.
I mean, think about it. 4 years ago, we started with an idea. And now this idea had turned into a product that was not only scientifically, but also locally proven to be an effective solution. It's a product that can save lives without changing people's habits, and therefore solving the first problem that current mosquito repellents have. And I mean, for us, this was only the start, because next we built the business around our product.
Moufons is produced locally, starting in the first target market in Togo. All ingredients can be acquired on site, except for icaridine, which is imported from Germany to ensure the best quality. Local employees produce the lotion and conduct quality control measurements. Samples of the lotion are being sent to a laboratory regularly. Moufons pays their employees a reliable income that is 3 times the minimum wage in Togo.
Right, so originally we wanted to train our employees in person. But then the pandemic hit and we couldn't fly to Togo anymore. So we needed to adapt. And what we did is we developed an online training program that allows us to train our employees from Germany. And so this doesn't only help us to get through the pandemic, but also makes our business highly scalable for the future.
After Moufons is produced, it's delivered directly to our customers' homes. By cooperating with distribution networks, we especially reach the rural population that is affected by malaria the most. And in Togo, for the distribution, our local business partner is the Copeme Group. Through them, we have direct access to a network of over 40,000 people living in small villages with no access to supermarkets and pharmacies.
So we train the Copeme Group employees to become our sales agents. And they earn an additional income because we pay them a commission for every lotion they sell. And they fulfill another important task, which is that in one-on-one conversations with our customers, they talk about malaria and they create awareness for its dangers. And so this sales network allows us to solve the second problem that current mosquito repellents have, accessibility. Because we bring malaria prevention directly to our customers. And therefore, Moufons is not only easy to use, but also easy to get.
The last piece to our puzzle of a life-saving product was an affordable price. We no longer want to let income decide over health, and that's what drives our business model. Our starting price for 100 milliliters of Moufons is only $1.56. That's almost 70% cheaper than common mosquito repellents.
So we as a social business, we maximize impact before profit. And with our variable costs of $1.09 and our fixed cost of only 7 cents, we were able to keep our expenditures low. And at the same time, we have a solid profit margin of 26% that we reinvest directly into our scaling. And so we break even after only 6 months and are then able to reduce Moufons' price even further, making Moufons affordable for everyone. So this year we raised more than $40,000 of non-equity funding and invested into a local production facility. So this allows us to produce Moufons on a large scale, but of course only with the right people at the wheel. And so that is why we trained and hired our first 4 incredible production employees this year.
And we didn't only build up our production, but also our sales team. 5 sales agents and 1 accountant are now responsible for the distribution of our lotion. And now with our recent test market phase, we officially entered the market. Together with our team on site, we produced and sold 208 lotions, leading to a significant impact. In just 1 month, Moufons prevented more than 16,000 mosquito bites.
Alright, so market entry done. Now we're scaling towards our full potential. And here's how that looks. Out of the 40,000 people in our current distribution network, we identified almost 25,000 potential customers. And since an average household in Togo uses 750 milliliters of body lotion every month, this results in an annual market potential of almost $500,000. But even more important to us is that with those 319,000 lotions sold, we are preventing over 20.5 million mosquito bites within the next year alone.
Now look, that's only one location and only one production facility, only one distribution network. But of course, malaria isn't just a problem in one location or in one country. And that's why we built a social franchise system for our expansion. Starting with first movers from Mozambique and Somalia who already approached us. So now just imagine this potential. Remember, 76% of body lotion users in Togo. Now let's just say only 50% in our next two countries. And we would still have an impact on over 28 million people. And now this gets us closer and closer towards our vision. A world where no one has to die from malaria.
What does Moufons mean to me? It's not accepting the status quo. I believe that no matter how big the problem is, it can always be solved with an innovative approach. And at Moufons, our mindset is exactly that.
In one word, impact. Impact on our employees who now get a safe and well-paid job. Impact on our franchises who get the chance to start their own businesses. And impact on our customers who can now live a life without malaria.
Moufons, a body lotion that revolutionizes the fight against malaria. A business that is not only life-changing, but life-saving.